Hello, everybody. We are live. Let me load up my chat after a long time a coming. We have reached the grand finals. Let me catch up with the chat. A contest happening in the chat here. How's everybody doing? David, Mick, Supergen, Brandon, Alejandro, welcome one and all. And like I said, it's been a long time, this tournament. And we are finally at the grand finals. I was going to cast the other semifinals tonight. Between, oh God, who was it? Cito and Barles' team? But one of their games disconnected in the middle. And then they were able to reconnect to the game. Unfortunately, what that means for us is that we don't have the full game. I don't know why it's like that. The recording is only up to the point where they disconnected. So to be fair, I was like, you know what? If we can't watch all of the games, might as well let's just jump into the finals. They happened a few hours ago anyway. And then maybe tomorrow we'll do the third place. Whatever that's called, the grand little finals. I don't know, the little tiny finals. In any event, grand finals are tonight. Superjan, glad you're doing well. Derek, doing fantastic. Ooh, yeah, you're posting some nice pictures there of your brisket. Looks delish. Thank you, Mick. I'm glad I'm streaming too. Barty, welcome. All right, let's hit the play button because we've got ourselves a best of 5 between Team Valis and Team Cito. Should be a pretty good finals. If past performance is any indication, this should be a pretty fun finals to watch. But let's take a look. Team Valis looks like they've spawned to the northern position. Everyone started with a llama. Tells me somebody here is the Incas. We've got Valis team captain as the Poles. Matt, there he is, as the Incas in teal. Chrisibu as the Burgundians. And last but not least, Nolo as the Byzantines on the right side of the map. Under him, team captain Cito in red as the Malians. In his pocket, Dragonstar as the Slavs. Kamigawa as the Magyars in purple. And last but not least, gathering all of his sheep, we've got Mihai playing as the Bengalis. So the Bengalis are taking on the Poles, which will be very interesting to see what our Pole decides to do. The map here is a little wonky on the left side. We've got basically one avenue of attack on the left, and then whatever the hell this is to the right of there. Nacho, hello. Doc, good morning. And on the right side of the map, we've got the Malian against the Byzantine. And the Byzantine has already begun walling this off. Also a bit of a weird, wonky map. And a bit of a 2v1 here on the right side because Dragonstar also has pretty much easy and direct access to the Byzantine base. For now, it looks like something's happening here on the left. No, just a scout or two. So the real action developing here north of Dragonstar's base. And yeah, seriously, let's get ready to rumble. I'm expecting some big battles. This is not a small tournament. I think first place is like 5 grand and second place is 2,500. And so it's basically double the prize. Sometimes I think like the Shen Cup, the difference in first and second place was like $1,000, whereas this one it's literally double the prize for first and second. Ooh. Rinka's already dead. Scout lying face first in the dirt. And let's see, for now, some Slavic villagers taking on some Byzantine villagers. Neither one of them any particular specialization over the other to kill. Both have loom, and it looks like it might be Nolo here who might want to run away. Not too sure he wants to keep taking this fight, unless he brings in even more villagers. But by now, these two forward villagers are pretty weak. And Dragonstar's villagers are pretty... one of them is pretty much full health. But look at Blue trying to sandwich these in. And now he's bringing a scout friend. So I'm not too sure either of these villagers is going to survive here for Dragonstar. The scout's going to be able to run interference. Okay. Well, I thought the scout was going to be running interference. Now he does. And that's all she wrote for the forward Slavic villagers. Boars are getting pulled. What do we think? What are we liking about these Civ team-ups? Sorry, I think my chat is, as always, acting funny. The Byzantines, yeah. And the Byzantines on the flank, by the way. Which should be fun to watch. Yeah, Dragonstar already lost 2 villagers. Ugh. But he's brought 3 more. And this time he's the one with the scout friend. So far, absolutely no wall off here. Except for an attempt made by Blue. Surprised he decided, it looked like he first wanted to wall off this way so he could get access to the lake. And then he got pressed in by Blue's villager. Now Dragon has to get the hell out of here. He can't keep contesting this. Mihai, our Bengali, will be the first to feudal age. What's going on that side of the map? Because it looks like Valis has taken advantage of Mihai's inactivity and has walled off all 3 avenues of attack. Very, very annoying to have to do this for both players, to be honest. Okay. I'm assuming Dragonstar and Nolo are probably going to be the last to hit Castle Age or even Feudal Age. If Valis wins this, I will accept him as the world's greatest teammate. Is that because you have faith in Valis, or is that because you have absolutely no faith in the Byzantines? Always fun seeing how they deal with elephants. Is that what we're working with here today? Or do you mean the Bengalis? Supergen likes Valis's team. Yeah, he's, again, in my opinion, Valis is the best, hands down, Rage Forest player. And his team has done quite well. I don't know how the set with Cito to qualify for these grand finals, the last set right before this, the semifinals, but Valis's the ones we saw yesterday, 3-0, was pretty damn good. That being said, there are some heavy, these are 4 heavy hitters on Cito's team. Kamigawa is somebody we've seen very frequently. Mihai is just an amazing player all around. Dragonstar, I think, is the highest ranked player from India. And so we'll see. Like I said, it's hard to bet against Valis, who is circling, trying to keep an eye on this Bengali incursion. How did these Bengali units get into here? Did he actually bust his way through? Yeah, he busted his way through one of the wall-offs. Did Mihai. For a long time he was attacking here on the left. I guess that was all just one big feint. And now he's attacking here. But Mihai is also having to deal with maybe a villager behind enemy lines as Valis plugs the leaky bucket. Look at them carrying their giant cuts of meat. It's always funny how comically large these cartoonish animations are. Okay. Villager chasing villager down here. Another brawl over here. So yeah, big surprise. Dragonstar, Nolo, the last on their teams. At least Nolo's heading up to the feudal age. Dragonstar, I mean, I'm assuming based on the fact that his resources have disappeared. Is he already? No. Okay, but he does have 8 villagers queued, which is 400 food. So we'll see if he just decides to cancel them. He does have 15 food in the bank, which is not that much. By the way, how is our Bengali doing on the other side of the world here? I'm surprised he's attacking this palisade and not the villagers. I mean, skirmishers are not going to do anything to this man-at-arms. But the villager does. And now the entire offensive army is reduced to this, bro. There are 3 archers, but I don't think they've crossed the front. Oh, no, they have. They busted, they busted down the wall again. That being said, Valus, our pole, already has a bunch of skirmishers here, so not too sure those archers are going to accomplish very much. Green is pinging up here. Does see 2 sneaky Slavic villagers. Oh, and they're gonna try to isolate the Byzantine. Is this all the way closed? No, it's not. Okay, so despite an interesting attempt here out of our Slav, the Byzantine army is here, but so is so are some Malian scouts. I see some infrastructure being plopped down. Okay, Cito's going smush here. Malian smush. And the Slav is in just in time to face a big old wall off. But you know what? The units behind enemy lines look like they have been dealt with. The exception of 1 scout up here and 1 orange villager up here who is 3 actually pokes away. Maybe not sorry, 4 pokes away from dying. Now our Bengali is clearing up the last of these houses. A Magyar Mangonel should help out. Mick, no, we can potentially see some elephants out of Mihai. Bengali elephants are pretty damn good. Yeah, how sour is the gold spawn here for Nolo? That is very sour. He basically has 4 patches that are safe to the back. Everything else is in Malian territory now. There's a big Malian flag just posted here, erected above that gold. Malian scout, will he die to the galley? Oh my god, now he should die, right? Oh, why didn't he die? That was a straight line. That is very sour there for our Inca. 1 villager is all it takes. 1 villager to poke. Town center. Somebody kill this guy already. He's getting a good amount of scouting. Not really accomplishing very much, although never mind, he has 4 kills, 3 of them villagers. Somebody take matters into your own hands. Our Malian is very much pressing. Army counts identical. Civilian population identical. Not too sure a Byzantine tower is going to be the savior that Nolo thinks it is. Especially now when he can start attacking this gate afterwards. Wololo, wololo, wololo gets the spearman. Let's see how our Magyar is doing over here. He's busted his way in. And now Mihai is making preparations of his own. And Valus has gone full wall in. Has walled himself in entirely. With also the gold and the stone outside. But he at least has 2 piles of gold that are nice and safe. I'm very curious to see what happens here with the Byzantine. It looks like that 1 red scout was finally dealt with. There he is, decomposing. Was it the villager that got the kill? No, okay, so 1 of these units must have gotten the kills. To be fair, 3 knights and 4 light cavalry units should be enough to deal with this. If you get those monks with the light cav, the knights, should be able to do some pretty good damage here. Or maybe you don't even have to use the maybe you don't even have to use the light cap. Let the monk convert a villager. Let them spend their faith on that, and then just charge right in there, swoop in, and clean it all up. Uh-oh. Valis did not get his stone walls up in time. So Team Cito being very aggressive. Trying to play a 2v2v2 Amazon game. Now listening in the background. David, best of luck. You know what the best strategy in a 2v2v2v2 game is? Don't be the top scorer until the first two people are eliminated. Because in my experience with a 2v2 v2v2, after the first team is eliminated, then everyone teams up against the highest score. And the last thing you want is a 4 versus 2. And yep, there we go. Cleans it up with the help of some of those cheaper Byzantine spearmen. David, don't be jealous. You'll always be David Prime. So far, their aggression is paying off a little bit. Their infrastructure is here, but now it looks like our Slav has abandoned ship. Our Malian is also not really training anything here. Valis is somehow secure with a bunch of Pole light cavalry units. And now with 4 light cav, he should be able to swarm over this like nobody's business, especially with +1 upgrades. Take the middle and get swarmed. Nice. Don't forget when you take over your opponent's base to reroute your trade to make it more valuable. So much goes into those 2v2v2, and I'm speaking from like remembering them 20 years ago. It was my least favorite way to play the game, just because again I would always try to be the highest team, and then once the first 2 people were eliminated, the other 2 teams would just team up against me and my partner, and we would always die. It's a curious I mean, I'm trying to think of the Supergen, you're mentioning Team Val's building up. Trying to imagine what that looks like for our Incan army. I'm assuming that means eagles, right? Although Kamayuks could be amazing as well here. Our Inca, Matt. Okay, Nolo is the last one. He's going to be in the Castle Age soon, but our Inca will be, I think, the first one on his team, as will the Magyar to hit Imperial. Good evening, good evening. Boiled eggs and tea. Okay, boiled eggs aren't bad. I like the yolk of a boiled egg. All that good cholesterol. Blue is pinging over here. He wants a gate. He wants this destroyed. He wants some kind of access from one side of the map to the other. And here comes our Inca with a siege workshop and a castle. Hearing a wolf attack. Where is it? Okay, it's over here. David, I also had sunny side up eggs for breakfast. No bologna, but sunny side up eggs and toast. And it was pretty delish. Okay. Malian infrastructure done. Slavic army removed. Byzantine walls are up. He is in the Castle Age, which means they are now 30% chunkier. Okay, so our Incan is going eagles. Okay. We'll see how that works out. I mean, against Magyar cav archers, probably a good choice. Fully upgraded Incan Eagle with fabric shields does have 10 pierce armor against the 12, I think, attack of the fully upgraded Magyar cav archer. I'm curious to see what our Bengali does. Lately with Bengalis, we've been seeing a lot of monk play. But now that we're in game set match here in the grand finals, we'll see. Yeah, Green did a fantastic job helping out Nolo. like I said, those cavalry units were very much needed. And now we've got the Burgundian Paladin. Usually the paladins, because they're 50% cheaper to get there, but not perhaps the greatest paladin. Missing bloodlines. Serviceable, but not that great. Blue is pinging over here as our Magyar is getting rid of wall segments. Slavic, Malian, Mangonels make their way here. Can they reach the siege workshop? I wonder. Oh, and look at this. Our Inca is cutting through the forest. Oh, that was very dangerous. That was very dangerous. And there is recurve bow for our Magyar Cav Archer. 12 attack, 8 range. And I thought I saw the eagle upgrades for our Inca, but no, he's going onager right now. And our Burgundian is still 20 seconds away from Paladin. Both Trebs bite the dust. Lemmy, happy birthday. And thanks for sharing your birthday with us and spending time with us on your birthday. Spending time with these Magyar Cav Archers who are gunning down these Burgundian Paladins. I mean, hey Inca, you know you can stop doing your attack round, right? Or is he attacking the siege workshop? I feel like he's killing Green's units more than anything here. But Bengali Castle is up. What's coming out of that castle? Absolutely nothing. He is an Imperial in 5 seconds. This is a lot of Magyar, though. 50 Magyar Cav Archers. Cito's team has 65 army count. 50 of it is from purple. Ooh. Farimba camels against 25% cheaper Byzantine camels without blast furnace or bloodlines. I mean, one-on-one, we know who takes that. Keep for our Inca. This is a lot of monster. So what's going on? We're seeing kind of like an army buildup here out of Valis and Cito's team. There's enough onagers here to make our Magyar maybe hesitate a little bit. Although they should be fully upgraded now, right? Yeah. Uh-oh. Dum 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 dum. The onagers are closing in. Okay. Never mind. I guess our Burgundian is super duper rich because he is throwing away paladins. Okay, so our Bengali is going monks. He's going up to 10 monks. There's Farimba for our Malian. There is Lakitic Legacy for our Pole. To be fair, I don't mind Lakitic Legacy here. There's a lot of narrow alleys and choke points here, so the Cavalier from the Pole is obviously the stronger unit, but if you can get winged hussars with trample damage, they do a lot of trample damage. And there are a lot of narrow little areas here where purple can clump. Oh, but now our Malian is here. What the hell's our Malian doing here? It's a long road to Tipperary for you. He's taking the lake. Let's see what's going on. By the way, will anyone cut this? This is going to be fun to watch. Okay, Blue maybe suspects that someone's going to cut. He sees the castle going up. So he suspects maybe Cito is going to cut through here. And so like the Titanic, he's already begun compartmentalizing his base into little different segments. Let's see what the hell we're working with here. Polish winged hussars in 30 seconds. Burgundian paladins fully upgraded. And Incan onagers. 9 Incan trebs. Wow. So the longer this kind of will they, won't they situation lasts, the better it is for our Inca. Who's just going to shell away at all this infrastructure. Malian camels. Bengali monks are healing everything up. If only they were Byzantine monks and can heal twice as fast. Oh, good pancake there out of our Inca. Another good one. Ouch. How does nobody on Team Cito have any siege at all here? Holy moly. Nolo is playing SimCity here. Okay, so that's what they're doing. So that's why they put the Byzantine on the flank. To get those 40% thicker. 4,000 HP on a wall segment is ridiculous. So they're expecting Nolo to hold over here while they 3-player push over here. Unfortunately, doesn't look like that plan's working out very well at the moment because Nolo, never mind, he's walled himself in again. 160 wall segments for him. As long as he can keep the Malian out, keep the trade safe, and they can push on this side, Team Valis should have this. On the other hand, if Nolo breaks in and jeopardizes the trade route, then Cito's gonna take the game. Oh man, we've seen this so often lately. Pole cav archers. Our Inca upgraded his eagles. I don't see a single eagle on the field. To be fair, Nola might want to redirect trade already. May not be a bad idea to redirect trade because these Malians are... There's a lot of gunpowder here. 5 bombard cannons. How many Trebs? 2 Trebs. And now our Slav is here as well. Oh, in a minute he's going to have onagers. And those cheaper Slavic siege weapons might be a bit too deadly. Brian. Bienvenido. Life is treating me not bad at all. I get to watch Age of Empires. Who can complain about that? Now we've got some Bengali Navy as well. Elite cannon galleons. Yeah, Valis' team is not making progress here. They've destroyed a lot of infrastructure. Now their infrastructure is getting deleted and destroyed. Oh, and it looks like... Oh, no. It looks like Cito's inside. And he brought Gabetos. How much gold on this one trade cart? 106 gold. Where was Green during all this? Okay, now he's massing his paladins. I don't know that the paladin's gonna survive very long against Farimba camels and elite Gabetos fully upgraded. I don't know. Oh, but it looks like our Byzantine might be stabilizing. He's going halberdier, which should be quite good against those camels. Chester, welcome. Naruto Maniac. You want me to sing you a lullaby? Yeah, the idea here was great out of Valis' team. Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, they did not do enough damage here. I don't even think the weak link was Nolo, to be honest. Nolo held amazingly well. I mean, there's only so much you can do on defense, even with those thicker Byzantine buildings and structures and whatnot. It's really the push over here that didn't accomplish. On the left side, that didn't accomplish much. They're kind of but not really pressing into Mihai's base. And Mihai still has 95 villagers, so it's not like he was evicted out of his base. He's got an impressive army of cannon galleons. Come on, I want to see this battle. I want to see this lackluster Burgundian paladin take on fully upgraded Farimba camels. Jackson, that is a very philosophical good point. Blue is pinging to green over here. Why? What does he think is going to happen to these fishing ships? There's a lot of paladins here being massed. 38 paladins. Maybe they can do a decent job. Okay, we're about to find out as Cito presses the issue. He is fighting from downhill, though. Okay, castle does add a bit of fire. 4 or 5 of those camels down, a few Gebetos down as well. 25 has become 23, and here we go. Okay, I thought here we go. Yeah, there's not enough damage being done here, and you're not going to contest the Magyar Cav Archer with the Pole Cav Archer. That's just not going to happen ever. I love that our Byzantine, now with fortified walls, 4,200 HP, has created a little arena for green to die in. Castle is on the high ground, so the camels are falling. Their armor is shitty. The problem is there's a whole bunch of Gebetos behind this. 74 kills for them. Wow. And somehow the castle is still up. Okay. Blue's base. Does he have any villagers? Okay, so this is exactly why he walled this off. Like I said, to compartmentalize. But why is green taking his gold? Why is green taking the last of the gold patches? As we saw in the beginning, it also sucks that he lost access to, what is this, 11 patches of gold? That's 8,000 gold almost that he never had access to. Which is a little bit sour for Nolo. Who's kidding who? Not that he really needs gold for stone walls, but maybe he could have put on some kind of better defense if he had access to 7,600 gold. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, Jackson, I suspect the wall-offs here were because Blue wanted to hold the line on the right side, while his allies pressed in on the left side. And it was a failure on both of those fronts. They pressed in, but didn't press in enough, and the wall-off was not strong enough. So how the hell is this Burgundian castle still up? This one Burgundian castle is doing more to stop our Malian than this entire wall segment. And by the way, there's 13 camels here. What are they doing? Why are they just kind of hanging out? It is very pretty to look at, those wall-offs. Very pleasing to the OCD eye. Uh-oh. And now our Magyar, he doesn't care anymore. He's got 62 Cav Archers. He's at population. He's looking at the score and saying, hey, we're 3,000 points ahead, almost 4,000. Let me just shove in, get economic damage, and oh no, now he's going for the trade route, is Kamigawa. Let's see, actually, if he's going for the trade route, if he's going for the Inca. Yeah, no, he's going for the trade route, and he's setting up on the high ground as well. That is going to be bad news bears. Malian castles are creeping forward. Oh, they busted into... Last compartment isn't safe. Nolo has escaped with 2 town centers. And our Pole is just surrounded and completely destroyed that Magyar army. Our Magyar count has actually been reduced to half to 37. But look at the army counts. 215 to 125. Cito also has more civilians, trade carts, villagers, fishing ships. So they're ahead in both metrics, and yeah, wow. What do you guys think? What was the bigger cause for the downfall? The failure of the walls to hold on the right, or the failure of the 3 armies, the triumvirate, to get any critical damage on the left? I'm curious. I suspect it's this. Just because after the walls fell, our Burgundian held for a long time. So if he could continue to hold, if they had gotten damage done here, it would have been maybe a bit more tenable of a situation. Yeah, Jen, you were right in the opposite. You were the opposite. So I'm really curious as to what was the real critical failure here. What am I seeing red here on the lake? Oh no, there's a camel chasing a trade cart. You think the early aggression was the problem? Really? Interesting. Farimba camels just literally running amok. By the way, with 14 attack, they're pretty damn strong. Halberdiers to heavy cav archers. Let's see who was slinging who. I'm assuming our Byzantine must have gotten a good chunk of change. Yeah, he got 13,000, but our biggest donor was our Magyar. To our Bengali, what did our Bengali end up with? Cannon galleons, monks, and halberdiers. Did that really? Did you really need to get slung? What was it? 18,000 resources for that? Okay. The most vicious killer here is our Magyar, who got 426 kills. Second place, 400 is our Malian. So the two highest kill counts on the same team, generally not a great indication for the other team. Well, Cito takes game number 1. Let's move on to game number 2. That was a really fun one. I mean, the early aggression for Cito team knocked them down. Simply wasn't a breath to recover, build up enough. Siege push from green was great, but not enough. Oh, I see. Yeah, valid point. All right, this map looks maybe a little bit simpler, at least on one side. Cito, team captain, playing as the Portuguese. In his pocket, Kamigawa this time as the Khmer Kamai in yellow, Dragonstar as the Bulgarians. So he went from one siege civ to another. Mihai went from one elephant civ to another, and I guess one monk civ to another as well. And then on the other side, we've got Valis this time as the Hindustanis. Matt as the Georgians. Always fun to have Georgians on your team, reduce the cost of repairing things. Franks for Krisibu, and last but not least, Nolo as the Chinese. So, okay. So everyone's going to have more food on their farms. The Chinese are taking on the left side, the Portuguese. Oh, man. I mean, the Chinese just lack any kind of long-range, sort of non-treb, aggressive unit. And we'll see how they fare against the Portuguese and their gunpowder. Who, this is a very dangerous wall off here with these just two rainforests. Sometimes I think this is bush B, bush C, but no, it's just rainforest clumps. And on the left side of the map, two avenues of attack with a lot of rhinos in between them. We've got the Burmese elephant taking on the Hindustani camel. No, Super Gen. That's exactly what they were. Plus, there was that one red scout that came in early and killed 3 villagers. Maybe the key to Cito's victory here is that early game aggression. Let's see if they do the same thing in game number 2, and that'll tell us whether or not. Ugh. Now the rhinos are all going to be outside of the TCs. Partly outside the TCs. We'll see if Cito's team aggresses as much of this game. It looks like Nolo has snuck in a scout behind enemy lines. Red is already pinging over here saying, hey guys, there's a villager. Somebody come help me kill this villager. I'll keep an eye on him. And Kamigawa looks like he was saying, I'm coming, but is taking a bit of a long way around. Where is Nolo's villager going? I appreciate that. That always reminds me of the story where somebody commented when I was a year or so into the channel. It's like, you're not an expert. I'm like, find me one video where I've ever said I'm an expert on this game. I just like this game and I like to talk. And so that basically is a YouTube channel. When people like Robsy join the chat, you can see very quickly how much of a non-expert I am. Dragonstar is waiting here to help a teammate maybe pull these rhinos. Red pinging over here. A villager and a scout. Odd. Hello, did you find out your exam scores? And are they good enough to share? You may not want to share them if you didn't do well. Okay. Valis is not really walling anything off here, but neither is Mihai. Second game in a row that Valis and Mihai have had a bit of a sour map spawn. Okay, blue scout running away as blue's villager safe. Oh, it's 6 a.m. Well, who knows? Maybe by the time they get to game number 5, it'll be 3 hours. But thank you for joining at 6 a.m. Nolo's taking a look, seeing who's on the lakes. Or maybe no, maybe he's just joining Valis' scout. But unless I'm mistaken, both of these scouts are very weak, and all of the scouts are here, it looks like. Let's see a big old scout battle. Okay. Poor Nolo shat the bed last game. Now he's the first one to die here. Oh no, now Matt's dead too. And now Valis is dead. So okay, that looked like it was, I thought that was going to be a little bit more exciting. That felt a little anticlimactic. 3 scouts versus 3 scouts. What a fantastic get for Team Cito. Killing all 3 of those scouts, which basically leaves who? Where's your scout, Mr. Green? Oh, you're pushing Ibex at the moment. Ouch. Okay. Well, not something we generally see, so fun to watch anyway. Valis playing it Arabia style, while Mihai finally in the feudal age moves out with some of those stone walls. True that I was watching some Twitch casts, never felt welcome to learn anything. Oh, I appreciate that, Super Gen. I'm kind of a dumb person myself. Sorry, that sounded like I was calling you dumb. No, I'm like not that bright, and so I found it in life a lot easier to like simplify things for myself into like easily understandable fragments, and so maybe it helped me communicate better. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm not the brightest bulb in the old see, I can't even finish that sentence. Oh, Hadi, you're super nervous? Well, it can't go worse for you than it went for these 3 scouts that we just saw. How many countries in this international hodgepodge that is Cast of Empires? Ooh, okay. Valis is getting a couple of villager kills, maybe. Well, a villager kill. This is pretty weak. Might want to kill this before you, okay, he is going for it. Oh, no, don't waste our time. Mihai going for a fire galley here behind enemy lines. By the way, Blue's villager is still alive. How the hell is this guy still alive? Although maybe not for much longer with 4 scouts hot on his tail. Will the 2 spearmen defend him? By the way, how the hell are there even 2 spearmen here? No. Where did the 2 spearmen come from? It's not even like I do it for the audience. I just do it for myself. Like, I just find sometimes it's like, if you've watched my videos, which I'm hoping / assuming the people who are watching this live, the majority of you have seen some of my videos. I like talk my way through things out loud, and some people like that, some people don't. I don't really care. Oh no, never mind. There's that barracks. I didn't see it because it looked completely surrounded by Khmer infrastructure. But like sometimes you guys know I do like the mathematics. I'm like, okay, he attacks on a 12, armor of a 3, so they do 9 damage. In any event, I'm not gonna beat this dead horse here. dock. I believe there was a draft and they picked their civilizations. Yellow pinging over here. I mean, again, Sito's team is being super aggressive with the scouts that have 3 kills already. A dock that is going to have a demo in it. We'll see where the demo goes. Will it go after the fires? Will it go out? Probably after the fishing ships, right? If it even pops out. Oh, it's popping out. No, never mind. It went after the fire. Well, there you go. Is Teal training any other boats? No, he is not. How's the barracks? Still up, still plenty of space to ungarrison units. Whatever the hell this wall off is okay, happening on the top right of our screen. And now our Georgian's in a little bit of trouble because his dock is being attacked on land. This is literally the Churchill speech. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds. It is all coming to attack the Georgian. Super chat. Never. Absolutely never. I don't think I've called anybody dumb or stupid or anything like that in since I was like in grade 3. Mostly just because I know my own limitations, and calling anybody dumb is like what's the word I'm looking for? Hypocrisy 101. And look at Valis. I mean, okay, you're kind of stuck in your little nook here. You do have access to a lot of gold, unlike Nolo last game. So I guess you can kind of build up your Hindustani economy with your cheaper villagers. By the way, there's also a Chinese dock lame attempt on this side of the map, so the players are really tearing into one another. I don't know if our Chinese villager escaped. No, he's still in here. Goodness gracious. And the MA in poetry. Interesting. What kind of poetry? No, he's dead. Isaac the bully, yeah. Haven't you already gotten that sense from these live streams that I'm just like a piece of shit? I feel like these guys are attack rounding. Are they attack rounding or are they attacking the wall segment? No, they're attacking the wall segment. Okay, so Orange has taken firm control of this lake, which is gonna be fun to watch to see what he does. Is he gonna go fishing ships? Valis is on his own against quite a large army. Modernist, postmodernist, focused on liminality. Jen, what is liminality? That is not a word I'm familiar with. Yellow pinging here for the rhinos. Chinese dock does have a single demo in it. That's funny. Oh, believe me, the way things are right now, everyone is basically unemployable, at least in Canada. Come on, let's see where it pops out at 360. What will it go after on? Oh, it's definitely going to go after the one to the south, right? The demo ship. This is the injured one. We're approaching 360. He pops out. Okay, he went for the 2 fishing ships. Okay. So that's all she wrote. No, our Chinese is training fire galleys. I don't think the fire galley is gonna... Actually, maybe it will complete 1 fire galley. Will he catch the Dragon Star by surprise? Come on, get out already. I'm seeing pinging on the map. I want to check out. Oh no, he didn't finish training it? I thought it would train before he completely destroyed that dock. And this is what happens when you back up into a corner. Mihai senses weakness, smells it in the air like a feral animal, and then just attack. On this side, Chrisibu, our Frank, has brought his mangonels even more forward. Our Chinese player is playing catch up. Everyone is in the castle age. camel kills an archer, which is probably, aside from cavalry, the only unit that's qualified to kill at the moment. Simon, welcome. How's our man in Norway doing? Liminal spaces are those that are in between or transitionary, kind of like the occupation of this lake. Interesting. So how does that apply to poetry? Ugh, COVID. Okay. One scout kind of like looking at the other, then joining into the attack. Red archer moving forward, sees the mangonels, backs away. Oh no, he's going to try to get that villager. Well, it's going to be a cold day in hell by the time that villager's dead. Somehow this dock has been destroyed. Not too sure what destroyed it, but doesn't really matter because Mihai has followed up with a juicy Burmese castle. A Rambai? A Rambai? A Rambai? No, a Rambai just yet. Remember, all their monk techs are also cheaper for the Burmese, so no excuse not to see a fully upgraded monk. And now our Khmer is walling Valis in even more. By the way, how's that barracks doing? The barracks is still here, oddly. This is an outpost. This is a wall off. Chinese walls are being destroyed. Got some Hindustani infrastructure that is being taken down. That's all good, Super Gen. I wouldn't ask if I wasn't actually legit interested. How is Canada? Canada is also the usual. The same as always. By the way, Keel, our Georgia, needs to get his butt in order here. He's going up to Imperial, getting a castle, already has a siege workshop here. Can Valis hold on? So far, Super Gen, you are absolutely right about the aggression because Team Sito is on it. But at this stage of the game, aggression is aggression with a lowercase a because army counts are 18 to 8. Yellow pinging up here. He wants to get trade going, does Kamigawa. Pinging over here as well. Wants to get trade going real bad. How are our Frankish mangonels doing? Looks like they've been reduced to a 1 count. It looks like our Portuguese and Imperial bomber cannons immediately out. And let's see, what is our Hindustani? I'm very curious to see how Valis... I love that he's created a wall off outside of the stone walls. And by the way, this is double stonewalled. Beautiful. Okay. Castle in a siege workshop. Ooh, you know what? To be fair, mass Gulams here could do really well. Right? The Arambai is technically archer armored. Very interested in how being marginalized by being LGBTQAI plus immigrant, outsider, outcast, kind of like interesting. So Super Gen, do you write poetry then, or you study people who wrote in that kind of field? Hot, I'm assuming the castle is for Gulams. Looks like Team Sito wants to eliminate Valis before he gets those camels running. Yeah, I don't even think he's going to get the camels. His infrastructure is being converted here. Left, right, and center. Does he even have a stable? Yeah, he has 1 stable. Again, I'm assuming it's going to be Gulams just because what else can he afford at the moment? What? Okay, so our Frank wants to help. Oh, this is a I don't know about this. Going this way as opposed to just cutting these 15 tiles or 10 or whatever tiles. Really? They're going the long way. Although to be fair, there's not that much pressure on Valis at the moment. A couple of monks is one thing that's not really that scary. Might want to wall this off. But Val is cool as a cucumber. 65 villagers, no army count. There is chivalry. There are paladins for our Frank, who at the moment just has 24 light cavalry units. Okay, so they are going to bust through. They took the long way around, but they're going to make it anyway. Markets are going up for both teams, it looks like. Let's see what's going on to the north. Bombard cannon count. 5 bombard cannons, a whole bunch of Khmer. Of all things, halberdiers. Okay. And Nolo yet again, this time as the Chinese. So you went from one civ that automatically gets, and there's the I was literally about to say this. He goes from one civilization that has thicker walls naturally to another civilization that has 30% thicker walls with their unique tech. So Nolo is the man they want to hold. Sorry guys, I had to delete a weird message. Grad school in your 30s. In law school we had I want to say like 10 or 15 seniors in law school. And their perspectives on things were always so different than everyone else's. That's cool, Super Gen. I'm glad you shared. Killed his barracks already. It's been here for 35 minutes. Oh, I thought it was Gulams. No. We are going Chattagny hand cannoneers. And Valis is not in a good spot, but to be fair, not in a terrible spot, especially since our Bulgarian is going pure infantry army right now. And hand cannoneers eat infantry up for breakfast. Let's see how well they do. For now, they're taking on the Georgians. Frankish paladins in a bit of a traffic jam out here. Ooh, let's see if our Bulgarian has Bagains. Not quite yet. Whether he had Bagains or not would not have defended him against these onager shots. And here comes the Frankish paladin. Okay, so we have got ourselves a good old-fashioned double-sided battle here. Yeah, Valis' team is holding on a little bit better this game. Although, to be fair, he's not in a great spot. Half of his military infrastructure here has been converted. You're anxious about Valis' position. Well, he's been rescued. Mihai's castle is down. And he has been rescued in an amazing fashion by none other than the Frankish paladin. Not a bad rescue unit. And our Frank is down here with his cannon galleons as well. They're going to try to snipe these onagers before the onagers can do any more damage. Ooh, okay. Let's see it. I'm not sure these these cannon galleons really need to move that much. They have 14 range. They don't really need to be maneuvered so much. Just either attack round or right click on these units and Bob's your uncle. You don't need to really position them any better. That should get a good hit there. But there's a lot of Khmer halberdiers. Yeah, Simon, that's what happens when you get an exposed fishing industry. It absolutely melts to a couple of onager shots. Yeah, the players don't really care about the forests, unfortunately. This game is not supported by the World Wildlife Federation. Many an indigenous woodpecker is losing his home right now. Ew, we've got Chinese arbalesters. I mean, if you're gonna go arbalesters, go Chukanu already. Show us the power of the Chukanu. And now, all of a sudden, Mihai, our Burmese, is on the back foot. He's got how many monks out? 4 monks going up to 9. Yeah, Chrissy Boo is, we've seen him on and off. Not, I would say like a regular with a little lowercase r. This is a lot of Bulgarian siege, and bye-bye trebuchets. But the Georgians have onagers too. Okay, they had onagers. Why is our Khmer going halberdier? Can someone explain this to me? Is it just to support the gunpowder from the Portuguese? I don't understand it. Is it just against the Franks that they're expecting some kind of ouch? We've got Svan Towers, by the way, the flaming arrows. I'm assuming the only thing I can think of for Kamigawa is that he did not want to take on the Frank as the Khmer with anything other than these halberdiers, which, to be fair, right now looks like a pretty good decision. Our Frank is split in 2 different areas, by the way. Oh, trade carts are going through here as well. This is going to be real sour if you don't widen that gap. And Valis went from the weak link in the chain to pretty much the only reason this massive infantry army isn't charging forward. I highly doubt that Burmese champions with their ridiculous +3 attack for free and Bulgarian 2-handed swordsmen are afraid of a couple of Svan Towers. Probably more afraid of Valis's Chattagny hand cannoneers. Another decent pancake. Oh, this is going to be nice. This is going to be nice here. Orange loses a bunch of units. Oh, my goodness. I mean, how are these champions taking on siege onager shots and not dying? Beautiful attack there. Gets a couple of Bulgarian siege onagers as well. Let's see how our Frank is doing up here to the north. 28 paladins. Where are all these 28 paladins? He's only got 11 of them up here. Chinese Treb. Portuguese Treb. Khmer Treb. None of them with any kind of feature whatsoever, but we've also got Portuguese Bombard Towers here. Ship goes bye-bye. Another ship is going to go bye-bye unless the tower falls first. Yeah, tower does fall first. Oh, the Frankish Paladins are here. And look at their HP. They're down half of their HP. Yikes. At this point, just sent the monk to convert these back. I don't know, you need to waste your time. How many hand cannoneers does Valis have, by the way? Look at the army counts. 20 apart. Villager population, 11, 12 apart. 41 hand cannoneers with 9 range. They're going to be able to snipe these siege onagers even. Oh, I love when they added those bullet trails. Georgian siege onagers so far are the MVPs of this army. They have just been flattening. Ouch. So we actually have, it looks like 3 areas of attack. I mean, Chattagny for the win, right? 9 range sniping siege onagers with hand cannoneers. Don't see that every day. Our Chinese is moving in with rams. They are not yet siege. They are just capped at the moment. 35 seconds away. Man, I love the old Chappelle Show skits. Okay. Onagers. Taking down a couple of paladins. Will the next volley? Okay, clips a few of them, but they're all gonna die anyway. Oh, good get there as well. But their days are numbered. They're chasing into halberdiers and bombard towers. Even the mighty Frankish paladin. Cannot withstand that kind of combo. But not a bad meat shield to have as your teammates and cannoneers gun everything down. Yeah, of course, super gen. That goes back over a year now, I think. Oh, you got to be careful though. Don't chase too far. Don't chase too far. Are all the good elephant archer civs banned? I never see them in this range for. No. We saw Bengalis earlier. And I think yesterday, we saw a bunch of elephant archers, or was it the day before? Possible it was the day before. But no, they are definitely not banned, I don't think. Albor here in the center. Okay. Peace has fallen on the western shores of the map. Frankish light cav is coming in here. Is our Frank running low on gold? He's got 54 trade cards. Towers are just collapsing. Yeah, Super Gen, I think it's been like around a year. Oh no. Nolo's getting pressed into here. Hard for the Chinese to deal with bombard cannons. Like I said, they don't have I was gonna say a lot of, but they don't have any good real responses to this range. And what is Nolo doing? Rams, halberdiers, and a single trebuchet. That Super Gen, that I don't remember, no. But I do remember you were very taken with the pancakes of the siege onagers. Here we go. Maybe not elephant archers, but we are seeing Burmese elephants. They do come with extra 1/1 armor free, and it looks like he also has Howdah. So look at that pierce armor. 9 pierce armor on an elephant is pretty damn tasty. Yeah, it does look like Team Sito's starting to pull ahead here. And now the elephant transition might be a bit too much. Like I said, they're so heavily armored. 6 melee armor, 9 pierce armor. They're just so hard to take down. That being said, Georgian halberdiers are pretty good, and so we'll see how well they do. But army counts are telling a different story now. We've also got Khmer battle elephants. Does he have tusk swords? Yes, he does. +3 attack, and remember, these guys move faster as well, so they can get from point A to point B real nice. Tenshi, protect the trade. Where is the trade? Oh, the trade's all the way there. I'm assuming you mean on this side of the map. Simon, you saw a siege tower? Oh, there it is. What the hell is the siege tower doing here? Yeah, survivalist. And it's here for a little bit and then it disappears. Oh my god, Doc, that's hilarious. And now our Portuguese is trying to take the water as well. Oh yeah, tell me we're gonna get to see their unique unit on the water, please. Please. All of a sudden, things have just erupted everywhere on the map. 56 minutes in. Our Chinese is holding the line. Unfortunately, little by little, this Portuguese army is creeping forward. And now we do have caravels out on the field of battle with their ballista bolts. As do the sailors working these ships to keep the scurvy away. Let's see how well our Frank does here against this army supported by elephants. It looks like the paladins are just being shredded to pieces here. Are they not fully upgraded? Whoa, what's going on with these paladins? Why are they doing such a terrible job? Doc with the puns. Caravel is basically like a scorpion on the water. Their bolts, I think, do pass-through damage, if I'm not mistaken. That's their kind of, that's their shtick. Get some aloe vera for those puns. And now we've got conics out of our Bulgarian. Okay, so Valis has been pressed back here. Yeah, things are not looking good for Team Valis here. Red is, okay, asked the yellow to delete the wall segment so he could start laming some wood. Chopping from the Chinese in blue. Our Frank is getting pushed back as well, which means Nolo's on his own yet again. And there's that caravel. Elite now. Any reason they haven't called GG? They want that 10,000 bucks? I don't know. Well, Nolo keeps playing flank, so it's it comes with the territory getting picked on. Let's see these siege rams close in on the... If they can close, they'll kill, but no, unfortunately, too weak. Georgian to the south. Oh yeah, Chester, lots and lots of bombard towers this game. And lots of Svan towers as well. Yeah, the flanks always have to deal with the pressure. That's why they pick those civilizations like the Byzantines that have so much more HP on their structures, okay? Oh, if only you had a little upgrade called murder holes. You would be able to attack those elephants, but with 4 trebs from the high ground, I don't know how long. Sorry, 5 trebs from the high ground. I don't know how long you'll be able to withstand that barrage. Doc, to the best of my understanding, I mean, the flanks are the players on the edges, the pockets are the ones in the middle. The pockets generally support, although it's hard to say. There's a lot of different ways to play as flanks and pockets. I mean, in one strategy, the flank holds while the pocket booms, and then the pocket shows up with, for example, Frankish paladins. And because they have gotten their economy up and running while taking absolutely no pressure, no damage, they can pump out those heavy hitting units, which is why last game I was a little bit surprised to see the Incas playing in the pockets. They don't exactly have the greatest heavy hitting pushing units, being more of a counter civilization. But there was that game I want to say a few days ago, where the Teutonic Knights, who should be on one of these teams, by the way. Oh, ouch. Fire ships for the win here. Remember they were pumping out like 100 Lechi? So in the one, like the main meta, I think the role of the pocket is just to boom. And then the flank takes like a bit of the push. And then they both push out together. But there's a lot of different other strategies, right? Like we saw last game, one side holds and then the 2 pockets go to the other side. By the way, Caravanserai from our Hindustani is a nice little addition. Unfortunately, Valus's base, even though he held on that first really crazy assault from Mihai, does ultimately fall. And I think the writing's on the wall here. Valus's base is done. Half the Chinese base is occupied by the Portuguese and the Khmer. And I don't know that our Frank is going to be able to hold all of this on his own. Not against Khmer battle elephants. Pockets are in charge of boom and the pressure after the flanks are done with the first wave of the enemies. Yeah, exactly. One elephant. Will he get the bombard cannon? He does not. Yeah, see, at this point now is when you usually start calling GGs. Yeah, it's gotten to critical mass for the Portuguese. There's very little that to be fair, there's very little that any civ is going to be able to do against this many bombard towers. 52 kills. Organ guns are also shredding through everything. I believe they do have a small attack bonus against buildings. And yeah, look at the army counts, 223 to 65. Even civilian population is now identical, which is not. If you're down in army, you at least want to be ahead in economic so that you can replenish your army quicker. But unfortunately, Team Valus is behind on both of those. And yeah. Wow, 2 games in a row. Valus is on Team Valus is on the verge of elimination. Elite organ guns. Let's zoom out. I'm curious to see how many kills these bombard towers have on both sides. 90 kills for 25 towers. Basically 4 kills apiece almost. I know Cito, Mihai, Valus above 2,000. What are the other players' elos? Usually it's anywhere from like 1,800 to 2,000. Only a surprise play like a siege onager cut through the middle could have turned this game. Yeah, so they needed something. And even then, yellow was prepared. Yeah, it was yellow wall off. Kamigawa here was prepared with a wall off. And so I don't even know if a cut through the forest would have gotten that much accomplished. Definitely would have thrown in a big surprise, but ooh, maybe if it was done like 30 minutes ago. That was just basically a stalemate for a while and then just an absolute steamroll. Biggest donor Khmer, biggest recipient Portuguese. There's your tower push. Conversions for our Burmese. Anyone else? Everyone else is kind of almost at 0 basically, except for our Portuguese. And the most kills, our Georgian with those siege onagers. Of course, he was flattening halberdiers and 2-handed swordsmen and champions with siege onagers. So of course he has the most kills. Second place, our Portuguese, not too far behind with 230 fewer kills, but 691 on the whole. I did not expect Valus's team to be down 2-0. I'm not going to lie. Absolutely did not expect this, what we're watching right now. Kudos to Team Cito. So far, Valus's team seems to be not able to handle the aggression from Cito's team. And their trade is up and running, 121 gold. I don't even want to look at what this is. What, 70? 50. Ugh. 45. Yuck. You're shocked that that one purple siege tower push didn't win the game? All right. Let us move on to game number 3 and hope that it's not a sweep so we can keep watching. And just bear with me. I need to catch up on one little thing. Okay, I think we're back. Can you guys hear me? John Yang, nice to catch you right as the computer crashed. All right, seems like everyone can hear me. Awesome, okay. I think it's the OBS studio. 10 Nublet. My voice and thoughts are loud and clear. Well, maybe not my thoughts. If you knew my thoughts, your brain would melt and your eyes would pop out of your socket. Yeah, I'm getting a bit of a lag message on my end as well. I apologize. It should clear up in about 30 seconds or so. Thank you, Super Gen. Yeah, the lag should clear up fairly soon. And do hit that refresh. Let's see, Cito. All right, let me introduce the players because we've already got aggression here. Cito this time as the Vietnamese. In his pocket, Kamigawa back as the Huns. Then we've got the Dragon Star yet again as the Teutons this time. And Mihai as the Aztecs. Okay. Some pretty powerful civilizations here. On the other side of the map, the Valis this time as the Valis this time as the Berbers. Matt as the Sicilians. Ooh, Teutonic Tanks is back. Hey, Patrick. Teutonic Tanks is back, and look at that, in another Paladin civilization, as he always seems to like to do. And Nolo back on the flank as the Dravidians. So Dravidians taking on Vietnamese. That'll be fun to watch. Game is not lagging. My audio is just blipping in and out. Ah, crap. I sound like Kim Kardashian. One sec. Bear with me. One sec. So far, I'm just fidgeting with my settings. Okay, now it should be okay. So Dravidians taking on Vietnamese. On the other side of the map, we've got the Aztecs taking on the Berbers. That'll be fun to watch. And avenues of attack, as always, quite gross. These maps tonight have just been really, really ugly. Two avenues of attack here to the eastern shores, where Mihai looks like he is doing a 2v1 or a 1v2 from his perspective. Okay. Snow Leopard down, villagers down. And on this side of the map, also two avenues of attack. Sometimes it's hard to say when you're live streaming on YouTube. Sometimes it's the YouTube app, sometimes it's the OBS studio, sometimes it's the Capture H software itself. Andrew, thanks for the break. Gave me a chance to grab some food. Well, what are we eating tonight? Yeah. Hot, I didn't think I sounded like Kim Kardashian. I don't even think I could do an impression of Kim Kardashian. Yeah, John, that's not the first time you've mentioned that the audio is cutting in and out. Yeah, Mihai is on his own. And like I said, in a situation where you're basically in a 1 versus 2 with teal and gray right above you, we'll see how Dragonstar decides to play this. I'm surprised that our Teuton took the lake. Why did he take the lake with those cheaper farms? Oh, because there's 8 lakes on the map. Oh, so everyone, this is like an Oprah lake. Everyone, you get a lake, you get a lake, everyone gets a lake. Let's see what's going on here on the western side of the map. Nolo is doing the chasing this time. We'll get that one red villager as he tried to wall himself in, and now we've got a good old-fashioned village scuffle. Sito's 2 villagers find themselves on enemy turf. Patrick has been scarred, traumatized by all the pizza talk. The insane. What food was your dinner? David, I'll thank you to get the hell out of my chat room, please and thank you. No, Ben Sisko was a pretty damn good captain. Look, I don't know if he was stranded in the Delta Quadrant, if he could find his way back to the Alpha Quadrant, but I don't know if Janeway would have been able to handle the Deep Space Nine turmoil. So who knows? The only thing we know is that they all pale in comparison to Jean-Luc Picard, the greatest of all Star Trek captains. Locutus of Borg. All right, enough nerding out on Star Trek. Yeah, R.I.P. Sito. And R.I.P. maybe Kamigawa here as well. Nolo finds himself on the brunt end of yet another double attack. So whereas Mihai's on his own 2v1, 1v2, whatever you want to call it, so is Nolo, and he's just been penetrated here as these villagers burst their way in, but it might be a one-way trip for them as they maybe didn't see that villager over there. I like that we have a couple of Trekkies in the chat. What is Orange pinging here? Was Mihai really micromanaging Dragonstar's fishing by telling him to... And now he's pinging here again. Why is he pinging here? Is he micromanaging the fishing? Naruto Maniac, no, my shitty technology shat the bed and I had to restart the stream. Ad breaks trying to break through your ad block. I have not enabled. I have made a very conscious decision not to shove in ads. Eric, hello, America? Okay. An eagle joining in on the destruction of a couple of palisade walls. Has anyone snuck anything behind enemy lines? Yeah, it looks like there is a Teutonic sheep. A Lithuanian Teutonic Knight sheep here. Aside from that, a couple of red villagers, and like we saw, one-way trip for them. Our neighbor to the south. It's a YouTube thing. The pot got stirred too hard. Who among us has not wished that they could be a Q? I remember growing up and watching TNG just saying, oh my god, can you imagine how cool it would be to be a Q? Okay, they busted in and then immediately discovered a stone wall with a tower behind it. Looks like everyone's taken the water except for our Lithuanian. John, refresh, and you should be okay. Picard never hit me. Okay, I guess when you... I mean, they know they can just turn around and go through their teammate's gate, right? Nothing's stopping them from going through the Hunnic gate at the moment. Now Orange is pinging here. A lot of pinging out of Mihai this game. Kamigawa is now, rather Dragonstar is pinging over here, telling his teammate, hey, forget about the freaking palisades. Stop wasting time. Get your ass back here and chop some wood. Oh no. Kool-Aid Man style. Oh no. What was the point of that? Nolo. Nolo is just not getting lucky at all. And now, oh my goodness, there's like 6 or 7 pings over here from Kamigawa, because these villagers are about to get absolutely wrecked by a couple of light cavalry units, a pair of light cavalry from our Lithuanian, who comes to the rescue of his Dravidian teammate. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I don't know what's going on with the internet, why it's buffering. On my end, it's showing me that it's not getting enough data, which makes no sense. And now it's a very much a YouTube thing. By the way, it looks like a siege workshop being placed here by our Lithuanian. I see the stream is still on, but unfortunately, yeah, it might be buffering. I do apologize. Sometimes at this time of the night, it does have an issue or two here and there, but it always seems to work itself out after a minute or so. So I appreciate your patience. Multiple times tonight, it seems like. And he's back. Uh-oh. 14 HP. No scout to block. 8 HP. Okay, nice placement of a palisade. Why is Nolo still Dark Age? Because he spent the last 5 hours. Oh, wait a second. Oh, villager body blocking. He spent the last 5 hours fighting over the wall off to the south of his base. Over here. And his villager count is at a meager 32. Richard, nice to see you. So, the east of the map, pretty calm. This one Teutonic scout staring across the Aztec wall, trying to what's that movie with George Clooney, Men Who Stare at Goats? Trying to burn these palisades with his mind. And it looks like our Lithuanian has held. Well, there you go. There's the roll of the pocket. As seen in 1080p. Dark Dragonite, I mean, he chose to play the flank. But yeah, it's the thankless job of the flank to just get pounded over and over again, and sometimes hold, sometimes not. Sometimes you attach your cavalry to the very slow moving mangonel. A heroine villager. Oh no, I didn't catch. I didn't catch the hero. Where was she? On which side of the map? Lemmy, I'm assuming you're talking about the same villager. And you know how much I love zooming in on those villagers. Siege workshop here for our Berber as well, who is cutting dangerously close to the wall here. Lithuanian is going full on siege. 2 mangonels, a scorpion. Slowly but surely. I mean, this is a very, very cocky placement for a town center out of our Hun. This is like really, really cocky. Did you not have anywhere else to place your town center? I get that your stone and gold here are in the forward position, but that's no excuse. It looks like you have gold over here, gold over here. Oh, the boar puller. Yeah, my bad, my bad. Okay. Let's see if they're still alive. Maybe she's been rerouted. Actually, why don't I just click here? Okay, looks like she got healed up a little bit. Now she might be a lumberjack here in the forward position. This is the weakest of the villagers. Snow leopard springs into action. Tower attacking wall segment. Mangonel joining in on the fight. Now we've got our first castle of the game. It is an Aztec castle. He has snuck in a battering ram right before he plopped down the castle as well, so should be able to bust his way in. And honestly, for the Aztecs to get this relic is a pretty nice deal. Number one, you deny it for the Lithuanian, who, by the way, let's take a look at where the relics are for the Lithuanian. Number two, the Aztecs generate 33% more gold from their relics. So look at this good placement of relic. 1 for Teutonic Knight, 2 just south of his base, 3 to the back of the Sicilian base, and this would have been number 4. Oh, so our Lithuanian gets denied a 4th relic, unless I'm missing something out on the minimap. That is very sour. Hunnick Town Center still up. If you ever want to take like a what are those courses called, master classes about wall building, study Nolo's games this this set. He has been all about the walling off. Very defensive castle out of our Teuton. Usually you want to place these castles very much in the aggressive position. Number one, they come automatically with murder holes, and number two, with crenellations, they get a ridiculous 13 range. First Crusade. How many town centers does he have? Only 3. What is the point of that? Okay. 15 sergeants pop out. What was the point of having calling a First Crusade? Were they really that afraid of these monks? Remember, First Crusade does 2 things. It generates these 5 free sergeants per town center, but it also increases the conversion resistancy of all Sicilian units. And so they're not invincible from conversion now, especially not against the freaking Aztec monk, but they are pretty damn hard to convert now. He's probably going to just want to lose one anyway. Oh, never mind. Doesn't even need to. Approaching the 30-minute mark of the game as more and more players... I mean, enough with these freaking snow leopards, man. They're just everywhere, and there's no Magyars out on the field. Our Lithuanian E is going Lechai. There's Kaspa for our Berber. Elite Sergeant. And on top of that, Faith and Hoardings for him. On the left side, we've got Imperial Age and a bunch of monk and infantry techs. A couple of more Teutonic castles here. I thought they were attacking their own castle for a second, but no, they're just attacking wall segments. Yeah, the sergeant can build the donjon starting in feudal age. These monks need to be careful. In castle age, the donjon, I mean, he's in Imperial, but in castle age, it starts firing arrows when on garrison. And look how much more resistant to conversion they are. Has he gotten a single one? Okay, he gets a 1. Wow. The power of the Sicilians. And by the way, there's also the Teuton on the team, right? And I think the Teuton team bonus is... Actually, no, never mind. The Teuton's on the other side. My bad. Can you imagine a Sicilian with First Crusade and a Teuton teammate? With their team bonus of units being more resistant to conversion? How's our favorite sheep doing? Still here. We've got rattan archers. Okay, against the Dravidians? Well, we might see elephant archers now. Dravidian elephant archers are pretty damn good. Yellow pinging over here like mad. Wants to cut through here, or maybe wants to make sure there is no cutting, so a couple of outposts are going up for our Aztec. Lechai are out. What are their upgrades? +2 with forging tells me he has 1 relic. Where's his monastery? Up here. Yeah, he has 1 relic. Oh my god. Sergeants versus Teutonic Knights with their Uber. The Uber is here. Oh my goodness. The things you see on Rage Forest. And I don't care how powerful you think you are, Mr. Sergeant, you cannot compete against the Teutonic Knight. Fully upgraded elite Teutonic Knight. In a choke point. Aside from the Persian War Elephant, literally the last unit you want to fight in a choke point. Like literally the last unit you want to fight in a choke point is the Teutonic Knight. But Leichai are here and they don't give a rat's butt about your armor, Mr. Knight. Let's see it. The Teutonic Knight sees them, immediately runs away. Leave it to the Aztec to convert. How many HP? How many hit points on this monk? 75. What a crazy battle. We're seeing so many good units here. But now we got some Sicilian onagers en route. In a minute, they're going to be siege onagers. What an absolute epic bloodbath here. And now Team Sito has to back off. There's literally all counter units to the north. Camel archers counter your Hunnic cavalry archers. Leichai counter Teutonic Knights. Siege onagers counter literally anything. And in 10 seconds, they're going to be siege onagers. Donjons and Trebs are creeping forward. But more and more purple Teutonic Knights. There's literally nothing else happening anywhere on the map right now. It looks like some structures are under attack on the left side. Or maybe a villager is dodging bombard cannonballs. Oh, not dodging them very well, but... Richard, it's hard for it not to be, right? It's slow as hell, but... Holy moly, is it a powerful unit. And resistant to conversion. And sometimes, you know, when the developers make a unit have a lot of armor, like look at the Manaspa, it has a lot of armor, but then its HP is really, really low. The Teutonic Knight has everything. Lots of armor, lots of HP, lots of attack. It's literally like the triple threat, except that it's ridiculously slow. And then you throw in Leichai and basically, I mean, Leichai is probably the strongest cavalry unit in the game, so everything against Leichai kind of sucks, but let's see if these siege onagers can get anything done. There's a lot of cav archers. Are they fully upgraded? Yes, they are. And they're just sniping Leichai here, left, right, and center. But the Leichai closed on the villagers. Let's see how many they can get killed. How many of them they can kill before they get killed, rather. So a good move there by the Leichai. Unfortunately, they are all going to die. They will take a good number of villagers with them, though. These guys have... Nah, actually, maybe not. 9 villagers isn't that many. Oh, now the Leichai are here as well. We've seen Teutonic tanks, sorry, plural. We've seen Teutonic tanks with the Lithuanians before in the pocket. I mean, this might be one of the best pocket players with heavy cavalry. Okay, I say that he immediately just stops moving and sacrifices his Leichai. But we've seen him with Franks, we've seen him with Magyars, we've seen him with Hunnic Paladins, we've seen him with Leichai. He is just so good. And by the way, look at his castle placement for Leichai. I'm gonna zoom out, something I really don't like to do, but look at the distance to the left and look at the distance to the right and look at the distance forward. He has literally placed them in the center of the field, and so he can reinforce his teammates anywhere. Leichai are very light on their feet. I'm also confused by the Hunnic Cav Archer play. I'm assuming he expected some kind of support, or maybe he's just relying on quantity. But Berbers can absolutely slaughter Cav Archers. I don't understand it either. Jai Kumar, that's an interesting question. I'm not sure about the answer to that. Yeah, you heard me, Patrick, right? He's like, F this caster. Oh, great hit there by the Teuton. By the way, do we have Ironclad? Yes, we do. 4 melee armor on these guys. So now they can actually take a beating from the late Chai, to be fair. I can't imagine they retain the +4 free attack when they get converted. And maybe this is why he went Cav Archer, because he was expecting the Teuton to come with the Siege Onagers, but now he gets caught out as well. All right. Sergeant Dravidian is going skirmishers, fastest firing skirmishers in the game. But they're still just skirmishers, and the Rattan Archers, I mean, by virtue of the Vietnamese, you've got Imperial skirmishers now available, as you have Genitors available for Team Valis. So Team Valis putting on the aggression in this game. Their army count is double, more than double. Holy shit, I didn't realize Sito's team was down to 75 army count. Hey, Catherine. How are you tonight? How was your trip to Toronto? Uh-oh. You don't want to let the Siege Hunters close on this army. They are moving very slowly, very forward here. Okay, Yellow sees it, runs away. And yeah, Mihai. I mean, Mihai was just on his own for a while here. Tomislav. Welcome, welcome. You ended up going to Little India? Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Isn't it so freaking good? Okay. Vietnamese elephants, the chunkiest in the game. Minus, of course, the Persian War elephant. That butter chicken has ruined me for any other Indian restaurant. I can't have butter chicken anywhere else after I have it at Little India. It is so delicious. It is so tasty. This is a big, big army here out of our Lithuanian. There's Wood Steel for our Dravidian. Let's see what he's planning over here. He's got 29 halberdiers for that Wood Steel upgrade. So that's going to shred through these elephants fairly quickly. Okay, it's completed. Let's see how long they last against these halberdiers. Okay, never mind. They're running away. Come on, come on. Let's see it. Let's see it. Poke it, poke it, poke it. Oh my god, the elephants are losing so much HP. They're gonna win this, but oh my god, they just lost like 2,000 HP. Uh-oh. Aztec fishing industry is in trouble. Looks like Team Valis is taking this. They have double the army count. Their trade is untouched. Our Aztec is almost dead. Tried to have sweet Gulab Jamun. What is Gulab Jamun? Yeah, let me. We are very much not getting a sweep today. Wow. Really? 100 units? That was the most trained unit out of Valis's team? 83 Teutonic Knights. I mean, wow. That is just a beautiful sight to behold. Our Hun donated the most. Our Vietnamese received the most. Conversions, 37 conversions from the Aztec. That is a fantastic number. Our Sicilian with those onagers destroying everything left, right, and center. And it's our Berber with the counter unit against those Hunnic Cav Archers. 97 kills. How many of those are fishing ships? 38 villagers and fishing ships. Okay, so Team Valis. I wonder if they just needed to sub in Teutonic tanks. Like I said, we've seen this player with Paladin. He always goes for Paladin civilization. He's always plays in the pocket. And he is just so... I mean, the positioning of these 5 castles is just brilliant. So quick to reinforce on the left, quick to reinforce south. Even if he has to go all the way here, he can reinforce lightning fast. Leichai, for all their amazing armor, are at the end of the day very light on their feet. And did he not manage to get the last? I mean, 47 Leichai is ridiculous. So they're at a +4. So he only got 2 relics? That's kind of sour. Why didn't he get this one? It's literally like right next to his base. Wow, okay. Well, if Valis' team brings this kind of energy to the next game, we have ourselves a real series. Green always puts in the work. Like I said, we've seen him with always Paladin civilizations. I'm curious if he's going to play in the next game, and if so, what civ? Let me just catch up with the chat. Bear with me. Your son liked it too? Aw, that's nice. Yeah, Little India is just something else. Ella the Elephants couldn't do it. Simon, have a fantastic night. Thank you for joining. Jai Kumar, I can't say I've had that dish before. Sugar balls dipped in sugary syrup. I mean, that does sound delicious. Best dessert ever. All right, we are here for game number 4. Let's get the ball rolling. We've got Sito in his red as the Malay. An interesting map. I'm looking at the mini map here. Kamigawa as the Tatars. Dragon Star as the Ethiopians in the other pocket. And last but not least, Mihai as the Armenians. So Sito's team has not substituted anybody. All 4 games so far, the same players. Nolo yet again on the flanks. Yet again with a wall civilization. Byzantines, Chinese, now Mayans. I mean, they're doing this on purpose. They're 100% doing this on purpose. And there's Teutonic tanks with yet another Paladin civilization. The Spanish, pretty damn good Paladins for them. Matt as the Koreans. And Gurjara with the two bush play underneath the town center by Val. So, wow, okay, for the first time this series, team captains are spawning Gurjara versus Malay. I mean, it's always hard to bet against the Gurjaras against infantry or cavalry, right? Even war elephants. I mean, either you have your heavy camels that do 40% more bonus damage against elephants, or you have chakram throwers that destroy karambits and forced levy two-handed swordsmen out of the melee. By the way, one avenue of attack, pretty damn cool, with 2 very annoying lakes. Wow, very annoyingly placed. On this side of the map, we've got our Mayan taking on our Armenian. Okay. So 2 cool archers, one fast on his feet, attack bonus against infantry, which might be a problem for our Armenian, the infantry civilization, who also have a cool archer unit of their own. Introduce unique specialities while introducing the civs. Oh, you mean the unique techs? Maybe that relic was cursed. Dark Dragonite, that's funny. Octopus donut map. It kind of does look like these swirl forests, right? They look like tentacles almost. Very, very odd. Okay, you want to go through 16. No, Jai Kumar, I think they picked their civilizations. Let's see how well I'm doing here at 10 p.m. after a long day. So we got the Mayans. Their skirmishers can throw a second bolt. Huelche javeliners and their eagles can have 40 extra HP. The Spanish can inject their villagers with steroids to give them a lot more HP, attack upgrades, and armor. And they can upgrade their monks. And what are they called? Oh my god. Missionaries, to be better at converting and increase the range of the missionary. Koreans, towers extra range, onagers and mangonel line extra range as well. Oh god, I think my chat froze. 1 second, guys. Oh my god, what is with these technical difficulties tonight? Okay, I've unfrozen it. Bear with me. Gurjaras, They can upgrade all of their military units to cost less food with Kshatriyas, and they can increase the melee armor. If I'm not mistaken... Oh, I always get this wrong. It's on 2 units. It's on all of their camels, and just their elephant archers, I think, get 4 melee armor boost. Malay Force Levy turns their 2-handed swordsmen into 65 food trash units, and then Thalassocracy, or as we call it, Thalatocracy, turns these guys into harbors which fire arrows, multiple arrows. The Tatars' Timurid Siegecraft will increase the range of trebuchets by 2, and then Silk Armor adds a bit of armor to some of their units. Their, I want to say Keshiks. No, not, sorry, Step Lancers. Ooh, okay, now this is going to be fun for me to try to remember. What does Silk Armor do? Which units does it affect? Trying to have a think here. Hod, you're going to make me embarrass myself. Silk Armor, I know it's Step Lancers. And I think they're Cavalry Archers as well. There might be a third. There might be a third. I'm going to have to check that on my notes at some point, the Tatars. But increased range on Trebs and Silk Armor for some of their cavalry units to get extra armor. Then we've got the Ethiopians. Torsion Engines increases the blast radius of their siege units, some of their siege units. And Royal Heirs, their Shotel warriors and their camels take 3 less damage from all mounted units. Armenian Cilician Fleet increases the range, I think, of their galley line units by 1. And then they have Feriders, where all of their infantry, except for Spearman line, get 40 extra HP. Edelweiss here at the perfect moment. Cav Archers, Step Lancers, and Hussars. Okay, perfect. There you go. Hod, how did I do? Big Navy on Little Lakes. Well, we're shaping up to potentially see some fun naval action here. Oh, Prichnik, hello, hello. Delete crowd strike from your system. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Edelweiss. That's funny. A disturbance in the Age of Empires force. Thank you, Dark Dragonite. All right, let's see what's going on around the map. As we saw to the east, absolutely nothing. The one avenue of attack is being left undisturbed. Yeah, Edelweiss. The one I couldn't remember what the third unit was, but yeah, scout line units. It's not easy to remember 90 unique technologies, their names. Although, to be fair, their costs are also something I should probably know. Although that would just be ridiculous. I know, like, I would say I know half the costs of the unique techs, which I think is pretty good. Edelweiss, we may only have one more game. Team Valis is on the verge of elimination as our Mayan yet again playing Wall Tycoon over here. If you ever wonder why Nolo is always the last to head up to the next stage, this is exactly why. He's got how many villagers here? 11 villagers out of 26 are constructing a wall. I did score 90%, right? Well, what's 15 out of 16? I think that's higher than 90%. Although, to be fair, it wasn't like I didn't know it. I just didn't know a little bit of it. But I'll concede 15 out of 16. What the hell is this? So, archers, men-at-arms, a light cavalry, 2 light cavalry units. Oh my god, our Mayan has run out of stone. How the hell do you run out of stone as the Mayan? I guess by doing this. Even this shouldn't have cost him that much stone. What's 15 stone times 5? And then divided by 2. 21 times 5, 105. And he pays half price. How did he run out of stone? Did he sell his stone? I'm very confused as to why Nolo does not have any stone at all. Super Gen. That, to be fair, that strategy has worked. It has worked. Let's see how far we can push Nolo. I mean, this is a very interesting location for a siege workshop. Hey Mayan, you wanna farm? Not here, you're not. Oh, the tower. My bad. I completely missed the tower. You're absolutely right. Eric, thank you so much. This is why I love live streaming, among other reasons. You guys catch all of my oversights. Valid strategy is to let Nolo get pushed, and we'll go the other way. It was that in game number 1, and then game number 2 was a bit more of a shit show where there was just multiple layers of attack. And then game number 3, they completely changed up their strategy. They were very aggressive, Team Valis, in game number 3. Yeah, Andrew, my eyes, as they sometimes do if you watch any of my videos, glossed over this structure right here. Eric, with that kind of response, you might actually be Canadian. It's like a Mexican standoff is a Canadian standoff. Sorry, a Canadian standoff is like a Mexican standoff, except everyone keeps saying thank you, please, and thank you to one another, and holding the doors for each other, and nobody actually goes through those doors. Okay? It was a Lithuanian siege workshop that saved Nolo's ass in game number 3. Will it be a Spanish siege workshop that does the same thing here? So far, northern corridor secured. Southern portal is getting secured even more. I believe he has a good number of villagers on stone, our Mayan. Yeah, 9 villagers on stone for the Mayan. It's fantastic. Tiger getting... Yeah, please, thank you, and sorry. How many tiles is this, and can any cannon galleons shoot into the other lake, I wonder? I would say maybe 12 or 13 tiles. Anyway, for now, we are very far away from that kind of rhetorical question. We've got Mangonel versus Mangonel. Both players repairing. Gurjara, Tatar, Mangonel. Oh, mutually assured destruction. Oh, we've got another Tatar Mangonel here. Knocks down a house. Well, we'll see how far he can get in with that. Has anyone snuck anything behind enemy lines? It looks like a single Malay scout. But keeping an eye on him is a Spanish villager. I mean, he sees this. I don't know what the hell this is. I wonder if Sito wants this villager to attack so that he can run around and deke around him. Otherwise, I don't know what the hell this is. I'm assuming he's microing this. Does he have nothing else to do, our Malay? Besides micro this one scout? What is this? What is happening? He is completely freaking out on synthetics. Castle is going up. Are we going to get to see a stream of karambits? Yeah, Teutonic tanks with, like I said, heavy cavalry civilizations seems to be quite a powerhouse in the pocket position. Yeah, this time they're pushing into Valis. It looks like the push into Nolo has completely stopped. Nothing to the south, nothing over here, except a couple of Armenian archers which have 1 kill. I think it's that one villager, right? No. Okay, maybe they killed a scout. But the real aggro is here to the south where a castle is up. Our Malay might be going fast Imperial. He's got 760 food, 400 gold. Everyone's in the castle age except poor Nolo, who has a few of his gold miners. Oh, this is so sour. 3 of them are stuck like this. Oh, that's so annoying. But he realizes it, or maybe not. Maybe the game just kind of auto-corrected itself. He killed the villager. If only the Spanish villager had supremacy, he would have absolutely destroyed that scout. Oh, that's so sour. Right before he dies, that Kamigawa Tatar Mangonel gets a villager. Doesn't manage to complete the wall off. Is he going to send another one? Yeah, he's already sending a replacement. What's that movie, Moon? With the actor's name, who I can never remember. Where he's like a clone and they keep sending him to the moon over and over again to replace his other clone who's dying. I forget what the name of that movie was. Sam Rockwell is the actor. He's bored in the grand finale. Bad patching. It could be literally anything. Yeah, to be fair, both of these teams played amazingly in this particular set. Sito's team is playing a bit better than Valis's, although last game was a complete reversal. So we'll see how well Valis does. I mean, you'd like to hope that we're going to get to see another game. Ethiopian infantry en route. You don't know why, but every time I say mutually assured destruction, it's kind of funny to me. It's like the arms race with the USSR and the US. Have as many nukes as you'd like, you can't really ever use them. And in this game, what would be the nuclear option in Age of Empires? Would it be the siege onager or the bombard cannon? Probably the siege onager, right? No, Edge of Tomorrow is the amazing movie with Tom Cruise. And what's her name? The actress John Krasinski's wife. Ugh, what is her name? Yeah, the movie's name is only just Moon. Devashish, hello, hello. Petards, no. Flaming Revolution, Flaming Camels. We'll have a think. Catherine, no, let's not get let's not go down that route again. Noloping 3 paths through the forest. Okay, I wonder if that's where they're gonna do some shenanigans here. It looks like he is busy walling off even more. So let's see what's going on. Our Malay, our Ethiopian in Imperial, our Korean. Does he have Yapseong? Yes, he does. Just got it now. He's also going for onagers. See, if you're not going to push, then I don't know that Yapseong should be prioritized over Shinki-chan. I think I would imagine the onager upgrade. Onager upgrades, plural, should be the priority. Unless you're planning to push and then use your towers as part of that push. Adding an extra 2 range to those towers, I feel like having more range on your onagers would probably be better. Since onagers tend to rule supreme on Rage Forest. Emily Blunt, thank you, HUD. We've got Thalassocracy, the docks. Oh my god. Look at them. It's like a Viking longboat, a Chukanu, a Kipchak. I think he can still reach them. No? Oh my god, he can still reach them. Oh my goodness. Sito is just being so annoying right now. He'll always be Harry Potter. Emily Blunt did not play Pam. That is correct. I meant his wife in real life, not in the, not on the show. Ooh, Hafnitsa could be the nuclear weapon. That's true. Okay. Uh-oh. Gurjara docks are down. And now you're contending with harbors. I mean, he's just like one-shotting everything at the moment. So our Malay says, hey, you know what I can do? I can spam two-handed swordsmen. I can spam elephants. I can spam karambits. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go crossbow. Because I have a pretty damn good arbalester line as well. And speaking of arbalesters, our Ethiopian, tell me you've got thumb ring. Not yet. Team Val's being a little bit too passive. Yeah, it seems like that again this game, right? I mean, where's Teutonic Tanks, by the way? Why is he not helping his teammate out now? He still has the siege workshop here. Where are his knights? Okay, they're en route. So no late chai for you today. He is an Imperial, getting the Cavalier upgrade. Has a good amount of gold, so I'm assuming we're gonna get to see Paladins soon, but oh no. Already elite step lancers here from Kamigawa. Look at the army counts at the top of your screen, 110 to 21. Well, we might have a 3-1 game in the 30 minutes. Nolo's done. Nolo's leaving. Warwolf Trebs with the 256 mod are pretty nuclear. Okay, fair enough. TC drop is the ultimate nuke. Hello, Pog. I used to collect you when I was 9 years old, Mr. Pog. A lot of people are already calling GG here. Now the army count is 150 to 23. Step Lancer is very annoying. Can't really engage into a castle even without murder holes because of their range unless you micro them into the murder hole range. If you just right click the castle like Kamigawa's doing right now, castle has full access to your units, and Step Lancers do not have the most HP at the moment. They have a good amount of armor, so he did get silk armor here, did our Tatar. See what's going on this side of the map. Oh no. Oh no, look at this. Bit of a wall of towers here for our Korean. They're up to their full crenellations 13 range. Tell me you've got Shinky. Yeah, he does. 10 range onagers. Our Korean, Matt 107, is preparing to hold the line. Cannon Galleon get a volley off, but both of them die to the towers. Step Lancers and what looks like maybe a single camel are attacking the market. And that's it. Nolo's done. Oh, Team Valis. Team Valis in an elimination game find themselves pushed. At least they have their army count up to 37. Unfortunately, Team Sito has literally, oh my god, what is that, 6.5 times the army count? You remembered Pogs? Ethiopians at higher level, always a bad pick. I never see them performing. Yeah, and you know what's even stranger about the Ethiopians? A lot of times players go infantry with Ethiopian, and not good infantry. Piotr, by the way, welcome. I feel like, so yeah, some of them went to like to have a smoke, or they went to the bathroom or something. But you know what? Never discount. Number one, never discount siege onagers. And I've said this many a time, never discount the Korean siege onager with 10 range. Okay, Trebball smashes into here. Beautiful move out by the onager. More onagers are a-coming. Valis has 1 camel and 1 elephant. Oh, and the Step Lancers have busted their way into this Mayan expansion. There is a random person in my building's parking lot walking around in the dark on his own. Okay. 61 army to 260. I mean, look at the scores. Sito's team is about 50% ahead. They have so much army they can afford to stop and attack a random gate that is literally not hindering any kind of movement whatsoever. My NTC under attack. Looks like that market has fallen here. Step Lancers running amok. Do we have thumb ring on our Ethiopian? Yeah, we do. Look at that firing speed, and now he's getting onagers as well. Elite Karambit warriors. They're not going to last very long against towers and siege onagers, but let's see if they can close. Yeah, way too many walls, way too little army, way too passive. And tell me this is not the trade route. Okay, no, the trade route's a little bit more safe at the moment. Valis is adding monks. So they're playing incredibly defensive on this side of the map. While on the other side of the map, they are getting slammed. But here we go, Teutonic Knights. Will he be able to save the day? What a pancake! 2 pancakes out of our Korean. All of a sudden, and he gets the Step Lancers as well. Clips him with an onager shot. All of a sudden. Wow. Okay, okay. Unfortunately, there are 2 massive reinforcing armies here from our Armenian and Tatar, but that was about as good as a fight you're ever gonna take. What a beautiful, beautiful little set of attacks there. And now the Spaniard is comfortable. He's retreating back. Random Treb. I mean, if you got into here, why are you attacking this one wall segment? Okay, Onager might want to save his fiery balls for the halberdiers. Okay, clips a bunch of Step Lancers. Even more Onagers coming forward. Let's see very quickly what's happening here. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The Karambits. The Karambits are evading. I don't know where to look. I don't know what to do. I'm torn. And look at our Spaniard. Ah. Forcing the army to go this way. No! Sorry, I know it's unprofessional. I need to rewind and I need to see what the hell happened here. So the Karambits got spread out into 3 army groups. First couple of volleys shit the bed. And then that minimum range of 1. Beautiful. Looks like that elephant actually got a bunch of kills, but the towers actually did. And all of a sudden, Valis's team is up to 84 army count. Now, instead of being down 6 times the army count, they're down only 3 times the army count. Should talk to a doctor about fiery balls. Or Jerry Lewis. That's a super gen. What a good reference. Uh-oh, we're cutting through the forest. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. A bunch of paladins get flattened by bombard cannonballs. Not something you see. Oh, even more of them. Holy shit, what is happening? Oh, you know what's happening? Ethiopian torsion engines is what's happening. 1 tile blast width on these units. The Spaniard closes. He's gonna sacrifice all of his paladins to kill the bombard cannons. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Half of them aren't even fighting. They're just standing and dying. I mean, this is a pretty big waste of army from Team Cito to kill a couple of paladins. Not kidding. Oh, Valis wants to cut through the forest. Karambits are back. Karambits are back. Valis, our Gurjara, I'm assuming has Kshatriya's cheapest light cavalry units in the game. They are not going down without a fight into that good knight. Although I say that now they're down 4 times the army count. And the towers were pushed back, but there's still a bunch of them. Another decent pancake here. Blue is pinging up here. I mean, this is just... You're just begging to get slaughtered here against the Korean. Yeah, there you go. That's not going to do anything. Uh-oh. Now we're Ethiopian. By the way, check out the blast radius on an Ethiopian siege onager from 1.5 to 2 tiles. 2 tiles in each direction is pretty damn, or rather 2 tiles is pretty damn bonkers. What's the trade payload for Valis's team? 112? How is it that good? Our Korean's cutting a path through the forest. He's going to catch the Malay completely. Oh no, maybe not completely by surprise. They see it. Will they react to it is a different question. bombard cannons are getting taken out by villagers and siege onagers. Absolutely epic. What kind of army does our Mayan have? Oh, you want to see the Mayan army? Here he is. There's the Mayan army in its entirety. Okay, let's see what Matt can accomplish here. I thought he was going to go after the fishing ships. Our Tatar doesn't notice. Go after the fishing ships. Go after the fishing ships. Yeah, exactly. Leave the villager kills to the light cav. Where are they going? More Korean towers. Oh, no, no. Paladins, 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 be careful. Oh, what a beautiful staggered split there at the last second. We've been in GG zone for a while, to be fair. Which civilization has the weakest castle, in my opinion? Ooh, that's a very good question. Oh my god, one sec. I need to watch the insanity unfolding before our eyes. Ouch. Tell me these are Ferreter champions. Yeah, they are with 100 HP. Okay, our Spaniards going after what? Bombard cannons? Trebs? Going after the Ethiopian bombard cannons? No? Whoa, what's he doing here? Is he chasing that one step lancer? Oh, now it might be too late to turn around. Oh no, what a missed opportunity to get 4 bombard cannons. Orange is pinging up here as well. Things are not looking good for Team Valis. Looks like this incursion is still ongoing, but step lancers are responding. Okay, they have responded. They've killed the incursion. The Korean is holding here. Valis is going up to 60 light cavalry units. Richard, I'm still thinking about your question. Three players on Team Cito are at pop cap, which is ridiculous. They're ahead 160 total population. Teutonic Tanks still has 1,000 gold. Doesn't have the food. Oh, it looks like he almost took a bad onager shot. Valis tried with his light cavalry. Does he not want to upgrade to hussars? He's got the gold for it. Here comes our paladin yet again. It's going okay. It does manage to close on the siege this time. This could be very bad for our Ethiopian. He might lose a whole bunch of units here. Very expensive units. Yep. And now he's going after the Trebs. Or is he? Is he going after the Trebs? What's he doing here? And Nolo is finally heading up to Imperial Age. To be fair, you know what could change the tide here is a whole bunch of Eagle Warriors. Oh no, but now Step Lancers are in the trade route. Ugh. Vito Roma. Humans have the worst castle. They lack bracer and architecture. I'm trying to think. There's one civilization that I'm trying to remember that is lacking a whole bunch of upgrades like masonry, architecture. By the way, we've got Shrevamshas on the field. How many? And they're taking on, I can't even, they're moving so fast I can't even click them. 16 of them. Are they elite? They are elite. Fully upgraded. They take out those Step Lancers pretty damn quickly. I'm surprised by that. I'm very surprised at how well those Shrevamshas did against the Step Lancers. Let's see what's going on around the map. All of a sudden, Team Valis has clawed its way up to 130 army count. Now they're only down 130 army count. It's not great, but not as bad as it used to be. Oh, mamma mia. 15 Bombard towers. Eric, feel free to send me a recording, but unfortunately my time is I don't have that much time to cast my non-daily videos. But I mean, message me on Discord. I'm always happy to look at games, but I can't make any promises as to whether I can whether I'll be able to cast it. A bunch of just die already barracks. Okay, Paladins catching out more trebuchets, but might want to clear out these Armenian halberdiers first. Our Korean has been pushed back to a third line of defense. Onager shots, beautiful. Half the halberdiers melt, but no, not against. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse. I mean, the shots are decent out of Matt. They're not fantastic. I feel like he's killing a lot of his own team's units. No, maybe not. Only one friendly fire. Purple is pinging over here. Why? Okay. Bit of a traffic jam. I guess the good news with Shrivamshas is that you can attack around them with your Onager, and they do dodge it. Oh no. Somehow our Spaniard is still alive in all this, and he's at 48 paladins going up to 58. What is this little alcove that they've carved out of the forest? Okay, they're expanding their trade route right now as Team Valis. Not bad. And the paladins show up here, but they're going to discover so much bombarding. A few of them try to take down the Trebs, but so many Malay halberdiers here, and all of the paladins die. Did they get anything accomplished? Did they even kill a single trebuchet? That was such a throw of paladins. Shrivamshas are on cleanup duty. I love that. They're so fast. The problem is there's no more protective barrier here. There's no Korean towers, Korean onagers, paladins. There's nothing. Here's the Mayan army, by the way. The Mayan army dies. That one monk falls. And now things are looking very, very bad, as they have been for the last half an hour for Team Valis. Oh goodness, who has 5,000 food? Our Korean? Yeah, it kind of sucks to have food as the Korean, because you can't really go your light cavalry. They're not that great. Yeah, I'm getting an internet issue as well, which is oh, wait a second. The Step Lancers are clumped. Sorry, try refreshing and let me know if that worked. If not, I'll pause the game and wait for it to clear up. I'm getting an error message on my end too. I do apologize. This is so unprofessional. I'm sorry. Let me know in the chat if you can refresh. It's still lagging. Let's see, what about now? Edelweiss, is it the Aztecs that are missing the masonry architecture? So that's the civ I was thinking about, yeah. Team Val's played really well this tournament, but Cito really has been on another level. Yeah, I mean, this particular set especially. Yeah, they should have GG'd 30 minutes ago. I mean, definitely starting to look like a GG now. They're down 80% in army count. Look at that. And they're down 300 total population. And they've been breached now by the Tatars. Yeah, it's definitely GG. And wow. Sorry about the internet, guys. I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm going to see what I can do to boost it. I keep trying to come up with solutions. I really don't know. It could be a million things. Yeah, sorry, everybody. I honestly don't know what to do. It's really starting to bother me. I may have to just change internet providers because this is like... yeah, Milan, nice to see you. Like the original 1999 game. This is really starting to bother me that it's lagging this hard more and more frequently, which is really just ridiculous. I might just change internet providers. But let's take a look at the stats. I mean, Team Valis lasted a long time, more than they had any right to. Yeah, sorry everybody. I apologize. I feel like a shithead here with the shitty internet. Is that I really wish that I could do something about it, but unfortunately, annoying critic. Nice to catch you live again. It is the Aztecs. Well, there you go. That's the worst castle. It's good now, right as the game ends. Yikes. Let's take a look. See, the biggest donor are Ethiopian, biggest recipient are Malay. I wonder how many kills those bombard towers had at the end of the day. Look at that. 33 bombard towers, 26 kills. That doesn't seem very high at all. Wow, okay. And who do you think has the most kills? It's got to be the Korean onagers, right? Yeah, of course it's the Korean onagers. Almost 1,000 kills. Wow. Actually, did Valis' team have more kills? Look at Nolo. Oh, I feel so bad for Nolo. Yikes. 23 kills. We have 850, 900, 1,200. Let's say 1,500 kills for Cito's team. And then about 1,700 kills for Valis. So Valis' team actually had more kills. Conversions 2 only from our Gurjara of all people. Okay, so monk play not really that important, even though our Mayan had a monk for the longest time. Look at that KD. 3.22.